And quote me on this. I foresee that this game a week from now is going to be averaging less than 50K.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna be extremely fraudulent here. That video was originally recorded about 3 weeks ago. But hear me out. We are finally at a point where day by day Type Soul's player count is dwindling. I myself have not actually even touched the Type Soul re-release / relaunch, but I have definitely heard a whole lot about it from you guys and your experience, and just a lot of things about the weird stuff that is going on revolving the game.
July 31st.
Which has
Right,
7
yeah, they told me, I don't know why they
7
lied,
days,
summer
which
over.
is...
It's always the critical. It's always speed. It's speed. It's speed. It's speed. It's Type Soul 2.0.
And then it's the same damn game with one like miniature update slapped on it.
Yeah, I just got banned. He put me in the doghouse, so I'm permanently banned.
Who are you talking to, bro? You talk to little kids and not go tell me shut
There are so many videos on how to cheese all of these bosses that it's pretty insane that none of them have been hacked. This is like the most well-documented failure of the development within the past year. That alone,
That is how dry it is
difficulty is
right now.
mode.
Roblox animations are
Everything is
It's no mystery that beyond this game's inflated numbers lie a very disappointed and disgruntled player base. So today, for our first video back to uploading consistently, I thought we would take a look and assess Type Soul's finale.
Type Soul isn't new to re-releases. The first original release happening in 2023, with the game falling off because the endgame content took your soul to complete. It shouldn't have been that hard to get Bankai.
And this right here is one of the biggest reasons why Roblox games sell and end up flopping. There is no ingenuity when it comes to player retention, and in fact, most devs equate this to a mindless grind locked behind an RNG paywall for a chance to get an item on a boss that has a chance to spawn every 30 minutes, hour, and heck, even once a day in some games.
When 2024 rolled around, they fixed a lot of the issues that led to the game's death. They added ranked, which allowed for a lot more replayability. They actually made mode obtainment tolerable. They also did drop consistent updates for a little bit. For the most part, I'd say they did really good for the first 3 months. And just like last time, the game shut down due to horrible balancing, really bad updates, and overall just horrible decisions from the devs. Eventually, the player count got way too low and the devs got insecure. So they did what they know best.
Yeah, that's right. You guessed it. They took the game down yet again, milked some money out of people while they were working on things, quote unquote, in the background and making the game so much of a better product for you guys to enjoy and play. Fast forward to this year, which was supposed to be a Type Soul summer, and we got, well, I'll let the video roll.
The update that was meant to not only revive the game, but to actually address the concerns of the community while also solving many of the problems the game had. And they had more than enough time to do this. Remember, Hellverse took minimum 7 months. 7 months minimum. Somehow they got nothing properly done during that time.
And I'll tell you why, because this is a vicious cycle that continues to happen on the Roblox platform, specifically on the anime side of things. We all know devs on the platform, unfortunately, for the vast majority, are lazy and pretty much money hungry, for lack of a better word. They'll try their best to do the utmost minimum, the bare minimum, in order to squeeze out as much money as possible from you and I, the players of the game. Multiple people have done what the Type Soul's dev did with Type Soul. And unfortunately, given the state of Roblox and how we basically have nothing to play, every time this methodology is utilized, it ends up working. Devs end up making a lot of money while quote unquote working on things behind the scenes for a planned re-release, and to nobody's surprise here, on launch, well, it's a hot mess. There's a lot of bugs, a lot of inconsistencies, and it makes you feel like, okay, what were you guys doing when the game was down?
And I'm just gonna go through a small list of the bugs that I was able to write down on release just off the top of my head.
The game wasn't able to be launched for the first 30 minutes of release. Wiping people's banks to 1, most likely due to this being planned, but devs forgot to turn it off. Caused things to automatically be set to 1 when they shouldn't have been. Ranked queue not working. Matchmaking removed for 2 days straight due to this. Hell NPCs not spawning, making true variants unobtainable for the first few days. Can't speak with Blair after beating the Ring 2 boss. Unable to invite certain people to the party. Auto parry bug, been an issue since 2024. Bankai bosses breaking themselves. Insane lag across all servers. Random parts of hell having holes slash flinging you. Dollhouse bugging people with its Z move. Raids not working for 1 to 2 days. 3-player Soul Society servers. Waco apparently being completely broken or falling apart. The server list not working, and much, much more.
This right here is the main reason why I did not touch this Type Soul re-release. It is unfathomable to think that somebody has 8 months, a year, however long it took for them to come about with this re-release, QA the new additions, have testers play the game, actually test your own product as you're making them, right? Like as you're scripting these things, building these assets, like you're obviously going to test them out, right? I would hope. It just doesn't make sense how you can do all this, release a game, and it would have all of these issues. Now, don't get me wrong. Nobody's perfect. There are going to be hiccups here and there with any launch. But at this scale, and especially given that some bugs were bugs that were part of the old game, what are you doing? What are we doing, gang?
So let's just move on from that whole topic. Even after getting matchmaking back up, queuing was horrible. Like sometimes you couldn't even press the Q button when you joined a server. Sometimes you would just not be able to load into a match despite being queued.
And my favorite thing about these type of issues is that these devs will always blame Roblox and Roblox servers and Roblox having an internal issue and not taking accountability for their own inconsistent and incoherent systems that they quote unquote build from the ground up. It is hysterical, to say the least.
It was just a mess, but on top of that, just outside of bugs, there's no more server lists when there used to be. So now I'm queuing against people, and I'm losing elo because I'm at 300 ping and can't do anything. There literally used to be a server list because of this problem. Why are we taking steps backwards? And this is just one of the times where they took away quality of life things within this update. I don't know why. I don't know. I feel like the devs have like one neuron that connects all of their 3 brain cells to actually like come up with stuff. I don't know what bro, this update makes no sense. It's not even the worst of it. It's a little better now, but on release for a week straight, the loot was some of the worst you could possibly get. I'm getting straight hollow boxes, a whole bunch of elixirs, bro, just straight trash loot. And they did this after wiping most of people's really rare items that they grinded for.
Yup, another prime example of Roblox devs not knowing what to do in order to stabilize the game's ecosystem other than just, you know, casually clicking one button and deleting hours upon hours upon hours of people's work and time spent in your game.
I think it's time to actually focus on what this update was truly about, and that's Hellverse. Now remember, the devs had 9 months to cook up content for this entire new part of the game. So remember earlier at the start of the video when I said that Type Soul is primarily a PvP game? Remember when boss rushes were added and how hated this update was because it was so boring, and the only way to beat some bosses was cheesing them, whether it be getting in a circle with your friends and then wanting them, whether it means going to a part of the map where they would auto disappear. Clearly this game is not made for PvE in mind, yet the entirety of Hellverse is PvE. And I vividly remember telling my friend, I could even put it on screen right now, that if Hellverse is primarily PvE, this will be a horrible update. And again, what did the Type Soul devs do? Solved no issues about PvE and kept it as boring as they could have. See, bro, took the words right out of my mouth, bro. I appreciate you, man. It comes to nobody's surprise that Hellverse is just not a fun time at all. There's nothing enjoyable about Hellverse. To be honest with you, once you complete all rings, let me just get into it. Ring 1, the very first ring you enter after beating Highway, which is an alright quest. It's nothing too bad, nothing too crazy. Anyways, in order to progress through Ring 1, you have to talk to Tiger Sozose and complete a quest that tells you that you have to beat 120 mobs or complete 40 raids. Nobody is doing the raids. So here's where the first issue comes in right away. First off, this 120 kill quest is very repetitive. So what do they do to make this a more enjoyable experience? Well, of course they add like chest drops, special accessories, alongside other great rewards for just having a good time in Hellverse. Nah, I'm just kidding. That's Type Soul if it was actually a good game. You gain absolutely nothing from killing these mobs. No money, no drops, nothing.
Bro, nah, this is the most ass component of any game I've ever heard. How are they not gonna give you anything for killing these mobs, but expect you to kill 120 of them? And then after, because, you know, you're so clearly motivated to continue grinding, of course, right? You know, just 40 raids. Go ahead, you got it, buddy. Ain't nothing to you.
You are farming these mobs just for this quest. Once you finish this quest, you have no reason to kill these mobs. On top of that, this quest is going to take you forever to complete. If you do not have a friend to sit in and one these mobs with, you have to go a keto build on whatever race you are and just sit back and spam. That's all you can do. It's not fun. It's not engaging. It's just, it's boring, bro. It's boring. Keto is basically the only tree you can do PvE with. For example, kendo skills do not work on these mobs. Again, Type Soul is not balanced around PvE.
I really don't even know what to say here. I really just don't get Roblox devs, dude. I said it before. Their solution to player retention is just to make you either do the most mundane thing over and over and over and over again, or lock you behind a chance system of getting a chance to get an item that has a chance to spawn at a chance. Oh my God, chat. It just makes no sense. How are you going to make people attack these mobs that give you nothing, have them kill 120 of them at that, and then also make it so that you can't even use all the skills or playstyle that you would want to use? You have to play a specific way to kill it just, oh my God, what?
All right, so what do you do once you complete the quest? You fight the boss. The boss, very difficult. You cannot solo it. You need people to help you, or you just cheese the boss. Guess what people did? They cheesed the boss. And the same pattern follows through Ring 2 and 3. There's no obnoxious quest for those, but you're just fighting a boss basically at the end of whatever you're doing. And it's just something that's basically impossible. That's why if you search up right now, type Soul Hellverse cheese, there will be a guide from 50 different YouTubers on how to do the exact same thing. Nobody, and I mean I've seen nobody, actually do any of the bosses legitimately besides Ring 1. If that doesn't tell you something about these bosses, I don't know what will. So anyways, regarding the rest of Hellverse, which is the maze and the library, these are okay. The maze is very, very easy. It's kind of just a filler thing. And then the library is just that final step to get true Bankai and then also to craft things, which, alright, okay, cool. And one last step that I haven't mentioned. The biggest thing about this update that most people look forward to was the true modes. Sclaverize, Tresera, I think that's how you say it, and true Bankais. You have to complete all of Hellverse from Ring 1 until you finish the library. So after doing all that, you think, okay, now I have my true mode, right? No, you have to go back to Ring 1 and AFK for 25 hours.
Oh my God, bro, I'm so tired of these. Bro, like, I swear to God, this is the most childish, like, inconsistent, nonsensical, like, oh my God, bruh. Do you guys know the fat amount of premium payouts that these guys are going to get just from people AFKing this game to attempt to get this? I've said it before and I'll say it again. These devs use the most asshat-like tactics to circumvent the system and squeeze, again, every single cent and dollar out of you and I playing the game. It is just bizarre, bro. It is, oh my God, like, what?
At this point, I can tell the devs were running out of ideas to make Hellverse last as long as possible. A majority of your time in Hellverse will be spent AFK. That's just a bad update. There's no other way to put it. I genuinely cannot come up with a logical reason behind this idea. And you know what else doesn't make sense? Gatekeeping information for the update.
Nah, buddy, you know, like, for Roblox devs and Roblox dev glazers, it makes perfect sense. Because for there to be a lack of information to the game and for new players to have a difficult time understanding the game equates to a skill issue, right? That's what most people say. No, it's a skill issue, man. You're just dumb. You learn how to play the game, bro. Genuinely, as dumb as it sounds, most of these guys' expectation is for you to go search up videos and tutorials and whatever else somewhere else outside of the game to actually learn how to play the game. Just let that sink in and make it make sense, bro.